Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're having a beautiful day out there. Not allowing the negativity of the world take you down. Staying positive is key. Um, Honestly, I want to just share a little bit about the secret to my successes in life. And, there's no end destination. Um, we go day to day, do the best we can. But I just want to share a few things about my journey and what has helped me and kind of what I've been doing for quite some time now in terms of rewiring my brain and allowing me to achieve my goals day to day, week to week, month to month without going off the rails. Because our brain, here it really comes down to dopamine. Our brain is after dopamine. The animal brain does not care about our goals, the logic behind what we're doing. And that's where most people get lost. So it's like, you start something, you're motivated towards it, you really want to do it, you're all like up high on that dopamine, and then you start, right? And then that's it. You stop working on it for months on end. I see this over and over with people. They want something, and they go after it. They give themselves the big cookie. They're like, yeah, and they eat the cookie and nothing gets done. Their goals don't get accomplished. This is something that where motivation is basically a lie. You can't rely on motivation, and if you're going around with your animal brain, you're just going to be looking for dopamine. You're going to be looking around for the biggest distractions: television, you know, bad food, candy, drugs, alcohol. Uh, it literally, the list is just endless. If you don't have control over your brain, um, you're basically doomed before you start. And I want to just talk a little bit about how our cell phones, in particular, are programmed to rewire our brain so that we think like goldfish. We're only on social media. This is something when I quit social media back in February 2019, basically, and I did come back to it here and there, and I watched my mental health decline because there's programs running with different agendas by different people of a certain group, and they don't want you to achieve what you want. They don't want you to achieve um, a life of fulfillment and happiness. They want you to continue, chasing dopamine, get those likes. Oh, people love me. You see, so when you can detach from all those toxic behaviors and really be an individual that you rewire your brain, where you're, especially to the men out there, depending on who's watching this video, um, go read the book The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. This is a book that I hold close to me, and I've read it lots. I've been reading it for the last 8 years, and every time I go back to it, I go, exactly, like it's true. To develop your masculine qualities and to achieve anything, you have to be okay with your suffering. You have to stop buying into the feminine concepts of feeling. Your body, your brain, your animal brain, your reptilian brain, all it wants is you to be distracted. It wants you to chase dopamine. Like, I have a dog and a cat, and I got chickens now. And literally, they are very easy to control because you just carry a dog treat around, and he's happy, she's happy, food. There's really there's nothing else like controlling them. As long as they're happy and they're safe and they're fed, they're based on feeling only. And I'm not saying cut yourself off from your feelings and cut yourself off from your emotions, but a lot of it, being a masculine or a proper man in this world that we haven't been raised to be men, and we're being raised by boys that are raised by women, and this pattern just goes on and on. And at 32 years of age, it's taken me quite some time to really nail this out where I'm actually succeeding in business because because I rewired my brain starting over a year ago. It took me a long time. So, like, there's a constant range of distractions regarding dopamine hits, and it can be really brutal. So, even just recently, I've challenged myself to quit drinking coffee and do the right thing. And also, no more marijuana because it's legal now. So it's so easy, right? I'm in town. I used to be in town, and it's there, right? So, like, I actually was against weed, and then it became legal. Well, not really against, but I had my past with it, and I decided to quit, and then it became legal, and there I am. Because it's so easy, my dopamine receptors are just like, go get that pot because it's right there. You're going to feel good, you're going to smoke, and you're going to be on that next level. But those drugs wear off. So you're just going to need more. You're just going to be chasing your tail around, and you're not going to achieve anything logically, because which is your goals, which is the life you want, the millions you want to create, the people you want to help, the videos that you want to do. It doesn't matter where this it all revolves around the same issue, and it really is that animal brain. And it's the same with my past in the gym. I was actually very addicted to the gym lifestyle, and when I went into lockdown, it forced me to face my addictions, face my demons, and really narrow it down where I could be in solitude, living on an acreage like I'm doing right now, and still stay disciplined and accomplish my goals and create change, real change, not be, being pulled to this and pulled to that. Go chase girls, go buy drugs, go drink alcohol. You see, right? And a lot of it comes down to the social media, the programming that they put into the social media platforms. They've trained our brain to be addicted on dopamine. So after I used social media, which I never did in the past, for quite a few years, then my life got worse and worse and worse to the point where you start to lose control of your logic and your reason, because your brain doesn't care about logic and reason. It cares about what's going to make you feel good. And this is a feminine concept. I'm not saying, so it's really dangerous for men. We're living in a feminized world, and we're just going around, being promiscuous and chasing this and that and that, and it just never ends. Because if you pay attention, it's you're never really satisfied anyway. So you could do it's the reason why guys and gay people, I know people that are my age that we've all grown up, and they're out playing video games at 30 years old, and they're hooked on it. That's their lifeblood. Like they got work to do over here that they wanna set themselves free and create abundance and create a great life for their family, but they're still over there achieving this illusion, this false dream, because they're high on dopamine. They feel like they're succeeding, but in reality they're not doing anything. They're just high on dopamine. They're creating their own drugs within their own brain, their own consciousness, and then they're wondering why. And it's really not our fault either. It's it's important to take responsibility for your own actions, but really, when it comes down to it, there's other agendas going on at the back end that are manipulating your mind and manipulating your consciousness. So for me, like, I remove my phone. I use it for emergencies now. I have no data because I understood that a lot of the patterns that I was struggling with, and I've been onto this for quite some time, a lot of it stemmed from that obsessive cell phone use. And if you pay attention, really pay attention to your behavior when you grab a cell phone, you'll notice that when you start using it, you're in a tunnel. You're in a tunnel vision for dopamine, and you'll be like, And it just feeding your brain, giving everything you want, training your brain, rewiring your brain so that you can go sit and write a book for 2 hours or 3 hours or all day and really enjoy it. Like what I do right now, I didn't enjoy it. I was too hopped up on dopamine, and I was too draining. I was draining all the time from the dopamine. So then, because it's not as exciting as we want, you know. But now I've rewired my brain, so I've worked on myself, and I've gotten back to God and removed Satan from my life, because Satan is in all forms. It's very strange. So we're living in a dark world, and it doesn't matter what your religious or outlook on your belief systems is. This is a truth that I'm here to share with you. So, yeah. So if here's the best thing that I can suggest is that if you're having a hard time with your discipline and overwiring, controlling that animalistic side, then start with removing your cell phone, airplane mode. Start with that, because that will be hard in itself. Most people I know, they can't live without their cell phone because it's a parasitic relationship. You're addicted to it, and you just don't know you're addicted to it. So you're expecting dopamine from that. So like I sit for days on end now, when I don't have my son, in silence, in solitude. So like I've been in silence for 2 days, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to make a video, talk a little bit about what I can do, what I'm doing, and how it can help you guys, and really change your life. Because I know most people want to change, but they don't have the capacity or the discipline or motivation to do it. Like it's the reason that you can play 20 hours of a video game. Like even in my past, I played days, hundreds of days of time on video games. Like, and I felt like I was achieving everything, but in reality, I was fucking a loser that wasn't achieving anything in the world of the game. Oh, great, because it makes sense why it's addictive, because you're feeding neural pathways of the animalistic brain that feeds you all that dopamine, so you feel great, right? But that's where you have to separate being a man and being a masculine person. You have to separate feeling from getting shit done. It doesn't mean you don't feel. You still give yourself time and everything to be feeling, feminine, but or animalistic, but it's not important. Being a good father, being a good role model, especially if you have children like I do, you can watch them. They are all on feeling. They are all in the animalistic brain. They're jumping around from one thing to the other. And if you're not in control and you're doing the same kind of stuff, what kind of influence is that going to lead? And also, how will you impact their life later on? Because the first 7 years of a child's life are the most important. That's where you lay the foundation. And a lot of the troubles and the problems that I've had to deal with over the last, quite a while, 10 years in the past, still, I'm always working on this stuff. And a lot of it goes back to my father. It goes back to my mother. It goes back to the way I was raised because of the way they were raised. And it's just the morals and it all ties in together. So you can heal anything. You truly can heal anything. I don't care how bad of a childhood you had or a life that you have. You can pull yourself out of any situation. And even I put myself in just disastrous situations. And and you can always transmute it into gold. You can transmute anything. Sugar, shit to sugar. So start, but the biggest thing is, if you have a pull, like most people, I don't know, like if you crave candy, you love candy, you just it's in the house, well, that's how you get rid of it. You get it out of your house. You don't buy it. If you don't buy it, then your brain, when you're low on dopamine and you're like, I need to go get dopamine, I want something to bring me up, whether it's a television show or this or that or a joint or drugs or alcohol or whatever, if you get rid of it first while you're thinking clearly, then it's not there. You grab your gaming set. If it's a PlayStation 4 for you, I don't have a PlayStation 4. I have a PlayStation 3. And it's old. I use it for like YouTube and the odd. That's it. I don't play games on that. But if I did and I knew it was a problem, I would grab it and I would throw it outside and into the fire pit. And you'd be like, well, why would you do that? Because that the reason you want to do that is because you're going to accelerate your life and you're not gonna fall into the dopamine trap. So it's like that's the best way to get control when you have lost control. But when you have discipline and good discipline that you can develop, that I've developed, when you develop it, you can have all that around you. It's fine because you're disciplined, you're clear thinking. You're not gonna slide into the animalistic brain and go in for the dopamine hit. You're just gonna be like, no, nice one though, and you just laugh it off. Create your own dopamine. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope this video helped. Figured I'd do a film in my house for a change, at the office, and yeah. Have a beautiful day. Awaken the aesthetic version of yourself and inspire others, guys. Hope this video helped. If it did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. I will be making interesting videos as time progresses and energy is in abundance. Because I want to create the best content for you guys, not some lousy, washed up content. There's a lot of that out there, and that's not the goal. So, cheers, thanks, have a good day.